We are cooperating with the Orange County Sheriff's Office as they investigate this matter. We also have been keeping residents up to date with any new information provided to us by the authorities." End quote. The Marquee has upped security and surveillance.
Coming up on UCF Nightly News, immigration is a hot topic during this election season. Some international students at UCF are worried about what that means for their future.
Plus, a selfie with your ballot will tell you how this social media trend could cost you.
And in sports, the Knights face off against the Tulane Green Wave. Find out what they're doing to prepare after a heartbreaking loss last week.
Nightly News starts now.
Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Mona Howe.
And I'm Costanza Tremarchi. Today is Friday, November 4th, 2016.
Both the presidential and Florida Senate race are neck and neck. And with just days left to vote, it's anyone's game.
Let's check in with our reporter Nydia Diaz, who is going to give us the recent poll numbers and tell us who is in the lead. Nydia?
That's right, Mona.
Hey, Mona and Costanza, it's definitely starting to look like fall. It's mostly sunny with a light, cool breeze. Let's go ahead and take a look at those current conditions. Right now it is 76
Hillary Clinton
degrees
is at
with a high
46%
humidity level.
and Donald Trump is at 45%. But the battleground in Florida is the race appears too close to call. The latest Quinnipiac poll shows Hillary Clinton at 46% and Donald Trump at 45%. The polls also show Libertarian and Gary Johnson and Green Party candidate Jill Stein both at 2%. On the Senate side, the Emerson poll reports that Marco Rubio is leading the Florida Senate race with 49% and Democrat Patrick Murphy is behind with 47%. It is still anyone's race to win as we come down to the wire. Back to you, Mona and Costanza.
Thanks, Nydia. On Election Day, we'll be live all day with updates every hour on the hour. Follow us on our special live coverage on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
President Barack Obama is making another stop in Central Florida just 2 days before Election Day. As a final push to win Florida, Obama is campaigning for Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton. Obama's last visit drew thousands of people to the CF Arena here on campus. On Sunday, November 6, Obama will talk about Clinton's vision for America and her economic plans. He is expected to speak at 1:30 at the Osceola County Stadium.
Education is a popular topic during this election. Hillary Clinton spoke on this issue at the Sanford Civic Center to hundreds of her supporters. Nightly News reporter Keith Hallobrand spoke with some Florida residents to get their views on what education means to them.
The topic of education is a common theme every election season. To some, it is the most important issue of the election.
Education is the start of everything that you do for the rest of your life.
UCF alum MJ Brick is very passionate about this issue. He says the United States must put more focus on education and be an example for the rest of the world.
It's so important that we be leaders on the world stage in our education, not be willing to be 8th or 10th or 50th on any list, whether it's for math, technology, arts.
Presidential nominee Hillary Clinton also says education must be at the forefront.
There's another issue that I've spent a lot of time working on, and that is how do we make college affordable for everybody?
She proposed a plan where if a student's family makes less than $125,000 a year, then their tuition will be free. Donald Trump's plan suggests wealthy colleges should spend more of their funding on financial aid to reduce student debt. Dimple Schroff is the mother of a local 5th grader who knows the importance of affordable college education.
They are the future, so he's going to go to college. He needs to understand that he's going to have the privilege, not worry about the stress that, oh, am I going to be able to do higher level education?
As for Brick, providing an equal opportunity to attend college for everyone is something he says needs to happen.
You never know when the next president, you never know when the next great inventor, when the next great scientist is going to come out of some educational program.
BRIC hopes to see education available for people of all social and economic backgrounds. In Orlando, Keith Hellebrand, UCF Nightly News.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio believes in strengthening and spending more on financial aid. His opponent Patrick Murphy believes in the money that's been spent on Iraq and Afghanistan should be used for education in the United States.
As we get closer to Election Day, Florida is seeing more presidential candidates, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, more so in Florida than anywhere else. Aside from being known as the Sunshine State, Florida is also a swing state. A swing state is a state in which no candidate can secure the state's electoral college vote. Florida historian Jim Clark says it's crucial for Floridians to get out and vote.
This Central Florida is the tipping point for the entire state, and it's a microcosm of the rest of the country. We have immigrant voters, we have Puerto Rican voters, we have Cuban voters, we have union voters. So it really is a slice of the entire nation.
Early voting ends on November 5th. For more information on specific locations and times, check your county's website. And if you still need to turn in your absentee ballot, you need to make sure it's received by 7 p.m. on Election Day.
Another hot topic on the minds of some students this election season is immigration. We spoke with one international student who told us what he hopes to see happen with the new immigration platform.
I really want to come here to help this country.
Jean-Paul Boucher had two reasons for leaving his birth country of Venezuela.
I have future here. I have better opportunities.
Boucher came to United States to study business at UCF. He says, but being far from his parents hasn't been easy.
I used to call them every day, like, Mom, I want to come back. I don't want to leave them.
For Boucher, the hardest part has been not knowing if he can stay in America once he graduates.
I don't say like they have to accept everyone, but like in my case, I am doing right my stuff. Like I'm not doing anything illegal.
He's referring to the immigration topics heavily debated throughout the elections. While both candidates have a different stance on illegal immigration, you can see their viewpoints seem to agree when it comes to students like Boucher. Both agree that the process should depend on each person's potential. Potentials that Daniel Abusi, immigration advisor at Global UCF, believes our country should invest in.
The U.S. government should strive to keep the best individuals that we host here in the U.S.
But for Boucher, he only has two options when his student visa expires.
My option is doing a master here in United States or going to Panama and help my dad with work.
Boucher hopes the new immigration platform will allow talented students to stay in the U.S. and help the economy.
You are proving that you are collaborating with this country, you are collaborating with the economy with this country and the improvement of this country. I don't see this country is big enough to everyone enter.
Boucher, along with his family, continue to work hard to one day live the American dream.
To learn more about the student visa program, contact an immigration advisor at UCF Global Strategies at 407-882-0200.
With the elections right around the corner, AMC Theaters is teaming up with CNN to broadcast election night on the big screen. AMC will show presidential election coverage in 25 cities nationwide, including 2 local cities in Florida. AMC Stub members, along with their 2 guests, can watch the coverage for free. The company assigned theaters as red and blue for the main political parties. The AMC Theater in the Altamont Mall will be red for Republicans. As for Democrats, the AMC Theater at Disney Springs will be blue.
UCF President John C. Hitt is being inducted into the Dick Poe Legacy Hall of Fame. Our reporter Jenna Smith is at the Wyndham Resort on I-Drive with the latest on his accomplishment. Jenna, how did he feel about getting this award today?
Well, we're here at the Wyndham Orlando Resort where UCF President John is receiving Pope Legacy Award. Now, this award is set to celebrate the world of hospitality. Hitt is one of only 4 people being honored today. He is being recognized as the longest-serving president among Florida State universities. And we spoke with President Hitt, who says he's overwhelmed with excitement. President Hitt went on to say that this award is not an honor for him, but the entire UCF community. Mona Constanza, back to you.
Thanks, Jenna. Now let's go outside to Olivia Stasny for a quick look at your weather.
Olivia, is it finally going to start feeling like fall?
Hey, Mona and Costanza, it's definitely starting to feel like fall. It's mostly sunny with a light, cool breeze. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions. Right now, it is 76 degrees with a high humidity level. We've got some northwest winds coming through at about 6 miles per hour. Cooler temperatures are expected to come through tonight as a system of low pressure makes its way south. I'll be back later with your 5-day forecast and a look at our national weather.
Coming up, a new clinic on University Boulevard is now offering service for those suffering from an eating disorder.
Plus, inhaling and exhaling can help decrease anxiety disorder. We'll tell you how this style of exercise can help your de-stress. With finals right around the corner, some students might be feeling extra stressed. A recent study in the International Journal of Yoga Therapy reported yoga helps reduce generalized anxiety disorder. We found out how yoga classes can de-stress you.
Yoga is my cup of coffee in the afternoon.
Yoga student Monica Steelman says her life was different before she began doing yoga.
I found myself being really tired, and I know someone mentioned being sluggish, like it was just hard to get going in the morning. But with yoga, with like that reset, that sweat in the first place has been really good for just getting me going.
GAD is a condition characterized by 6 months or more of chronic worry and tension, the International Journal of Yoga Therapy reports. The journal also explains that yoga influences meditation through breathing.
I think it's really important to take that hour, 60 minutes, all for you, right? Because if you can better yourself, you're much better able to take care of everybody else around you.
UCF Associate Director in Outreach and Community Intervention, Teresa Schmeeler, says yoga is a great way to relax. She says 60% of students attending counseling and psychological services have reported some type of anxiety.
Decreasing stress, lowering the heart rate, creating more of a mindful, present state, which has shown to be very effective with anxiety.
Officials say that if you want to see a change, you need to practice yoga 2 to 3 times a week, and all you really need is a yoga mat just like this one, and bring a water bottle and a towel. Steelman recommends more students start practicing yoga.
And you'll really start to see changes in your stress level, in the way you think about your body, in the way you plan your days. Everything else just seems to fall into place when you put yourself first sometimes.
For Steelman, yoga has not only helped her physically, but mentally as well. UCF offers free yoga classes to enrolled students in the Wellness and Recreation Center. Students can sign up for these classes through UCFRWC.org.
A new clinic is offering help to those with eating disorders. Reporter Shelly Campbell is inside at the new Renfrew Eating Disorder Treatment Center. Shelly, what can you tell us about this new program there?
Hey, Costanza and Mona, I'm here at the Renfrew Center off University Boulevard. This facility is a new eating disorder treatment center. We found out how this center is changing the lives of many.
I was, a shell of a person, literally and figuratively.
For UCF student Logan Graves, her biggest rival was herself.
It was actually this time last year that I was spending time in the residential facility at Renfrew after having battled my eating disorder here locally.
Logan became unable to fulfill the things she needed to do in her everyday life.
If I was able to muster up any energy to do anything, it was working towards my eating disorder.
Over time, Logan developed an eating disorder sparked by an addiction to working out.
I couldn't even remember the last time that I had spent even one day without over-exercising.
That's when she turned to the Renfrew Center in Coconut Creek, Florida, an eating disorder treatment facility. The Renfrew Center of Orlando is now open near UCF.
In general, we really are looking to touch on the whole person and really be able to address the body image concerns, their cognitions that are related to the eating disorder, as well as just their overall thoughts and beliefs about themselves and their behaviors.
For Logan, having a Renfrew Center so close to campus is life-changing for her and so many others.
If I didn't have that tool, who knows, where I would even be.
The facility is equipped with everything patients need. Logan says the only step you have to take is getting there.
If you or anyone you know is suffering from an eating disorder, you are encouraged to log on to www.renfrewcenter.com or call 1-800-RENFREW. Back to you, Costanza and Mona.
Coming up, you may want to think twice before you take your next selfie.
Plus, the fall breeze is here to stay and students are taking to spots outside on campus. We'll have your 5-day forecast and what you can expect for the weekend.
These days, taking a selfie is common and usually harmless, but taking a selfie with your ballot can get you in big trouble. In Florida, photos in a polling place or with a mail-in ballot are illegal. A violation of no photography statute can result in a first-degree misdemeanor, up to 1 year in jail, and a fine up to $1,000. Bill Cowles, Orange County Supervisor of Elections, says this law will soon need to be revised as technology advances and as social media continues to impact our lives.
For now, Cowles recommends to take your selfie with your I voted sticker. Instead, he says post it or tweet it with pride. Just don't take a picture inside. This week is World Communication Week, and UCF Career Services and Multicultural Academic Support Services are reminding students to think before they post. The Social Networking Strategies Workshop encourages students to update their social media profiles. It also teaches students how to use their social media in a more effective and professional way. Emily Flosses is a career development coordinator. She says with social media impacting professional and personal lives, students need to be mindful about how they portray themselves online.
About 92% of recruiters are using LinkedIn for their hiring needs. Around 66% are using Facebook, and just over 50% are using Twitter with their hiring needs.
On top of offering resume and cover letter critiques, Career Services is now offering critiques for LinkedIn profiles. For more information, you can visit Career Services.
Now let's head back outside to Olivia for a look at your national weather.
So Olivia, I have a tennis tournament this weekend. Should I dress for cold weather?
Well, Costanza, in the morning you might want to grab a jacket, but as the sun rises, the temperatures rise too. Now let's take a look at our national weather map. The blue line represents the low pressure, which will bring the lower temperatures later into the evening and tomorrow for game day. In the northern region of the country, you can see they're getting snow, and then in the southwest region, you can see they're not only getting rain and thunderstorms, but they are also seeing flash flooding possibility. Here at home, though, again, we have absolutely beautiful weather. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. We'll see great temperatures tomorrow for game day with a high of 78 and a low of 63 degrees with only a 20% chance of rain. As for the rest of the week, temperatures are expected to stay in the high 70s and low 80s. As for rain, there are little to no chances. And don't forget, this weekend is daylight savings, so make sure to set your clocks back an extra hour on Sunday. That's all we have for weather. Back to you, Mona and Costanza.
Coming up, UCF defense back Shaquem Griffin continues to play at a high level.
Plus, the Knights finally play against the Tulane Green after their anticipated game that was canceled last month.
We need to be ready to come with our best on Saturday. I'm sure they're going to come in upset about the way they lost last week, just like us. So I expect it to be a battle.
Snap, toss, sweep, near side. That is Rounds. He's at the 10. He's at the 5 and pushed out of bounds. Right side, first and goal at the 4-yard line. Snap.
Tulane is ranked number 4 in the AAC for total defense, and UCF is ranked number 3. The game starts at 5 p.m. and will be broadcast live on ESPN3. The UCF Knights had a tough loss to the Houston Cougars on Saturday, finishing with a final score of 31-24. However, despite the loss, Knights linebacker Shaquem Griffin is standing out on and off the field.
Stand up. Oh, what a catch.
After 14 tackles, including 12 solo stops and a first career interception in one game, linebacker Shaquem Griffin is proving to be a talented player on the field.
Could be like here today. UCF's got to be ready for this. And that was Shaquem.
Griffin was named the American Defensive Player of the Week, an achievement made all the more special considering Griffin plays with only one hand. Griffin only has one hand due to a birth defect, but that hasn't stopped him from becoming a valued player on the team.
Shaquem and Shaquille are very hard workers. They were doing a lot of extra things in the offseason to try to prepare for this season, and I think that extra work is paying off for them.
Griffin has made an impact off the field as well. 11-year-old Juliana Linton, who received a prosthetic arm from UCF Limitless Solutions, says Griffin is her favorite player. But for Griffin, being able to touch the lives of others is rewarding too.
And it's just a blessing for me, and I wouldn't change that for nothing in the world.
In addition to being named American Defensive Player of the Week, Griffin was also nominated for the 2016 Capital One Orange Bowl FWAA Courage Award. Griffin isn't just winning on the field, he's winning in the hearts of the people he impacts too. Griffin is the second UCF player this season to earn Conference Player of the Week honors. Freshman running back Adrian Killens was named Special Teams Player of the Week after a 100-yard kickoff return in October. That's it for your sports update. Now back to Mona and Costanza.
Thanks, Denisa. That's all the time we have for right now. Tune in Tuesday for our Election Day special, where we'll bring you all the updates on the hour, every hour.
Make sure to follow us all day on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to get the latest on the polls.